on Ivy that bus. Come on, let's go.
We are masking off the bedrooms for size. So over here, that's gonna be a wall from the bunk room here that I'm standing in into the master room over here. So this will be a queen size bed, and then hopefully a walkway with a closet in the back over here. Say hi, Emmett.
Hi.
All right, we're getting close to the end of the day here, so just want to do a final wrap up. So floor is leveled, stuff's out. We started marking, and so I'll just kind of walk you through. The front, we're still figuring out. We have kitchen cabinets, and then we need to come up with living area. So that's still to be determined. We're still doing our cabinet kitchen area planning. So this is what we're kind of thinking so far. It really depends on the back bedroom at this point of which direction we're going to put the bed. If we put the bed centered, everything stays as is. If we turn the bed sideways, everything pushes back about 20 inches, which is pretty big, a little bit more than 1.5 feet. So we would have full-size fridge. Then we have our walls with pocket door. Then we have 50 inches, or 5 feet, not 50 inches. So we have 5 feet long inside the bathroom. We have a 34 by 48 shower that should fit right there. We've got a little bit of gap before we get to the door, so we can do some trim around the shower. We have a vanity over there, and then we'll have to put the toilet over here. Now, it might look kind of tight with these two things next to each other, but one thing that I really didn't take into effect is the fact that we have this middle area here. So that kind of goes into the square footage. So yeah, if you use the toilet here, you're not going to be super tight because you have basically 2 feet or 3 feet in front of you before you get to the shower. So it shouldn't be too bad. The only thing I'm wondering about is the distance between the vanity when you stand here to use the sink, how close you would be to the toilet.
That's the vanity?
Yeah, so we might need to make this a little bit bigger. So again, this is planning the bus, and we're just feeling out where things sit so that before we start building, we can kind of play around in here and figure out how big this stuff is to see if it works. You know, if we were to put walls in here and all of a sudden we don't have enough room for the toilet because your legs hit the vanity, that wouldn't be very fun. So at the same time, we can't just keep pushing everything forward because then our living area gets smaller. You know, like it looks kind of big now, but we still have cabinetry to put in that might carry it all the way to the plywood, and then we basically only have that plywood area to sit in. Like that's pretty small. So maybe having big giant kitchen cabinets with tons of storage just it just doesn't weigh into the positive of having a big place to sit. So we really need to be smart with our storage and smart with planning the rest of the bus. There's certain things that we just can't push, like the bunks. The mattresses are so big, we can't make that smaller, right? Unless we get some little tiny toddler mattresses. Like that just isn't gonna work. So So then we have these walls here. And again, I think these walls, they look kind of small. If you were to put a pocket door inside of here, we're going to have to make these a little bit bigger. So we're probably going to have to grow this out an inch or so. We have 24-inch doors right now. Given the dimension to the bunks and whatnot, we have a little bit of trim room there. And behind us, I need a little bit of a gap on the shower pan. Again, the shower pan's going to move out probably an inch or so because we have to put the wall on it. We're just probably going to push it out a little bit. So I think we're going to have to go with this door width. 30-inch doors are just out of the question. There's just not enough room. So we go in here to the bunks. So there will be 4 bunks, 2 on each side. The bottom bunk will have, I'm thinking there's enough room for 3 drawers underneath, and those can be pretty deep. We can pull the drawer out all the way to hit the other side, basically. So that's like a 2.5 foot deep drawer. So there's going to be a ton of storage times 3 for each bunk. So that should be pretty good. Also, I believe this dimension is for a narrow twin XL, which is, I think, 75 inches long. I'd have to go back to my drawing, but this is for a slightly longer twin bed, just so that enough adult sleeps in here, or myself. I'm 6'2". If I have to sleep on one of these things, I don't want my feet hitting the walls and my head. So kind of went a little long on the mattresses. If we need space, we might have to just go with a normal length narrow twin and snug everything up. So then we get back here again. We've got about 2 inches of room to the door casing for trim and whatnot. So another pocket door. And then we are going with the queen mattress. So going with the queen mattress basically gives us a little under 2 feet on each side. So 2 feet to the front, 2 feet to the sides, and without all my junk there, 2 feet on that side. And in the back area, we would basically wall off right here and make this a big giant closet. But if we were to turn the bed this way, we could move everything 20 inches forward and get 20 inches more of living area. So that might be something to think about. The trade-off, though, is whoever's sleeping on the inside is going to have to crawl over the outside person or go forward to where there's a gap. So it just depends on where we want things to go and how we want to lay out. Is the pro and con of having 20 inches more forward outweigh having a bed that's sideways? Like at this point, I think having 20 more inches of living area is going to be better.
Yeah.
So
I also think that cabinet too, or that bathroom vanity, should be this way.
Where's the toilet go?
Right there. And then you are at the vanity this way.
So I was measuring our bathroom and like my shoulders, and I would think I was accounting for 30 inches of space. So we'll have to measure 5 feet minus the width of a vanity and then 30 inches and make sure, because otherwise, you don't want to squeeze into the toilet area and have your shoulders on the wall and the vanity.
Plenty of room.
Yeah, it also would the toilet can face out. So your legs go out. So your legs aren't facing that way. But the toilet has to be off the wall. So that means that when you're standing this way facing the vanity, if you take a step back, you're tripping over the toilet. We don't want that.
But you would sit like this.
How do you sit on the toilet?
And then the vanity would be there, and you would.
Yeah.
Everything would be
So it's kind of hard. Like
in the walkway.
standard vanities come in certain sizes, and I think there's a jump from 24 to like 30. There's like a 6-inch jump to the next size. So like 30's too big. 24 is a small vanity, you know?
Yeah.
So, but again, we're in an RV, you know, or coach, however you want to call it, you know, like things are a little bit tighter.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, we're also this little extra space next to the shower. We're thinking about having a wall, and then this would basically be a small, maybe open closet or maybe a door on it. We don't really know, but that would allow us to put towels and stuff and soap and whatnot and shut the door. That way, when we're underway, they're not in the shower all flying around. We're also not sure right now about what we're going to do with the shower itself enclosure. Do we get a glass door? We don't really know, because like, how do you keep it closed while underway? We've been, you know, her mom with her fifth wheel trailer, that's a concern of theirs as well, is they've had the door come open while underway. So is it better to just have a shower curtain? You know, we're going to have vinyl flooring under this, so having a little bit of water, you know, we can put a mat in front of it and deal and be okay. Again, this is a stainless steel coach, so I'm not worried about water damage, but I'd rather not have to deal with water. So yeah, basically what we decide back here dictates what we can do cabinet-wise and living area up here. So
I want to measure out the kitchen, see what.
yeah, we have an idea IKEA cabinet-wise of what we want, but I think it's going to carry all, you know, like we want a dishwasher. We want, you know, me personally, I think a dishwasher saves water. You know, the ones that I've seen use roughly about 2 gallons of water to clean a whole thing of dishes. I think that's pretty efficient. So, but it's space, you know, that's a little bit over 2 feet of width that we would be losing. So yeah, that's what we're going through right now. We're just planning and seeing the working area.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe and like. Bye. Little creepy ice cream.
Trouble 1 and trouble 2. What?
I got the ice cream. I decided to get it.
So it's all your fault? You deserve timeout?